If you've ever looked at your architecture shots and thought, why are my buildings falling backwards like they're trying to escape Earth's gravity? This lens might be your new favorite toy. Today, we're talking about the TTArtisan 17mm f4 tilt shift for Nikon Z, a fully manual, full frame lens that gives you perspective control and plane of focus control in one very solid, very serious chunk of glass. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how a tilt shift lens works, what tilt actually does, and what shift actually does, how this specific lens is built according to the manufacturer's specs, and whether it's worth adding to your bag if you shoot cityscapes, architecture, or landscapes. And yes, we're also going to talk about the quirks. Now, if you've been around here for a while, you know I don't get excited about gear just because it's different. I care about whether it changes what you can actually create. A tilt shift lens absolutely does, but only if you understand what's happening optically. So let's break this down in plain English. At its core, a tilt shift lens allows you to physically move the optics relative to the sensor. Instead of being locked into a perfectly straight alignment like a normal lens, you can tilt the optical axis or shift it. Those are two completely different movements, and they solve two completely different problems. Let's start with shift, because for most photographers, especially architecture shooters, this is the real star of the show. Here's the classic mistake. You point your camera up at a tall building. The vertical lines converge, and the building looks like it's falling backwards. It's not bad optics, that's geometry. When you tilt your camera upwards, you introduce perspective distortion. Shift fixes that. With shift, you keep your camera perfectly level. No tilting upward. Instead, you slide the lens upward relative to the sensor. The sensor stays parallel to the building. The lens moves. On this lens, according to the manufacturer, you get plus or minus 8mm of shift. That means you can raise or lower the image circle across the sensor while keeping vertical lines straight. The payoff? Clean architectural lines, no leaning skyscrapers, no stretching and warping in post. And here's where it gets even better. Because this is a 17mm lens with a 104-degree angle of view, you already have an ultra-wide perspective. Add plus or minus 8mm of shift to that, and suddenly you can frame massive structures while keeping geometry correct. Shift also unlocks a trick that landscape and city shooters love: stitch panoramas without rotating the camera. You can shift left, center, and right. Shoot 3 frames and stitch them. Because the camera doesn't rotate, you reduce parallax issues, the files line up beautifully, and that alone makes this lens incredibly useful for architectural work. Now let's talk about tilt, which is where things start to feel like you've unlocked some kind of optical cheat code. Normally, your plane of focus is parallel to your sensor. If you're shooting a landscape, that's why you stop down to f11 or f16. You're trying to get enough depth of field to keep the foreground and the background sharp. Tilt changes the plane of focus. On this lens, you get plus or minus 8 degrees of tilt. When you tilt the optical axis, the plane of focus rotates. Instead of being parallel with the sensor, it can align with the ground. That's based on the Schlemmflug principle, which sounds like a villain from a sci-fi franchise, but it's just optical physics. When you align the plane of focus with the ground, you can have foreground, rocks, and distant mountains sharp at f4. You're not increasing depth of field, you're redirecting it. Tilt can also be used creatively for that miniature effect where everything looks like a model train set, but for most of us shooting landscapes and architecture, tilt is about precise focus control, not gimmicks. Now, here's something important. Tilt and shift cannot be used simultaneously on this lens. That's a key limitation compared to high-end tilt shift lenses that allow both movements at once. That means you're choosing tilt or shift, not both together. Now, in practical terms, that's less of a limitation than it might sound. Using tilt and shift together is a more advanced technique, and most photographers honestly won't be combining both movements anyway. For the majority of architecture, cityscape, and landscape shooters, you're typically using one or the other depending on the scene. And one more very useful feature, this lens has a 360-degree rotation mechanism, which allows you to rotate the tilt or shift orientation while it's mounted on the camera. So you can shift vertically for buildings, rotate and shift horizontally for panoramas, or rotate your tilt direction depending on whether you want the focus plane running front to back or side to side. That rotation is not available on the GFX mount version, but on Nikon Z, you do get that full 360-degree rotation. Now, let's talk about the physical build and specs. This is a full frame lens. It has a maximum aperture of f4 and a minimum aperture of f16. Closest focus distance is 0.3 meters. It uses a 10-blade diaphragm. Optical construction is 17 elements in 11 groups. It is manual focus only. There are no electric contacts, no autofocus, no electronic aperture control, no lens-based stabilization. The weight is approximately 1,051 to 1,056 grams, depending on the mount type. So yes, this thing is heavy, over a kilogram or about 2.3 pounds. When you mount this on a Nikon Z body, you feel it immediately. This is not a casual walk-around lens. Also important, this lens does not support filters. There's no filter thread, so if you're a heavy ND or polarizer user, you'll need to plan accordingly. Now, in real-world use, here's what I've found. The build feels extremely solid, all metal, dense, purpose-built. It feels like a mechanical tool, not a consumer accessory. Optically, it's sharp. Stop down a bit, details hold up very well across the frame, which is exactly what you want for architecture and landscapes. Now, let's talk about usability, because this is where you start to see the difference between this and a much more expensive tilt shift lens. Movements are controlled manually. You loosen screws, adjust tilt or shift, and then tighten. There are no geared knobs for micro adjustments like you'd find on high-end Canon or Nikon tilt shift lenses. And the locking screws, while functional, don't always provide the kind of torque you'd expect. If you're not careful, you can get slight movement after locking things down. This is a lens that rewards a methodical approach. You set up the tripod, level the camera carefully, dial in your tilt or shift, double check your composition, and then take the shot. This is not run and gun glass, but honestly, that's kind of the point. Tilt shift photography slows you down in a good way. Now, because this lens is fully manual and has no electronic contacts, you won't get automatic stabilization from the lens itself, but on Nikon Z bodies, you can create a manual lens profile, input 17mm, and activate IBIS. And realistically, for architectural work, you're often on a tripod anyway. Now, let's zoom out and talk about who this is really for. Is this an everyday lens? No, not really. This isn't the lens you throw on your camera for a family barbecue or a casual walk through the park. It's a specialized tool. It's the kind of lens you pack with intention. But here's what surprised me. It's actually a lot of fun to use. It changes the way you see a scene. You start noticing lines everywhere, vertical edges, leading planes, symmetry. You pay attention to geometry in a way you wouldn't normally. Instead of reacting and just pointing the camera, you start composing with purpose. And honestly, after years of shooting, sometimes that shift in mindset, see what I did there, is more valuable than a faster autofocus motor or another stop of aperture. It's solid, it's heavy, it's fully mechanical. But if you shoot architecture, cityscapes, or even landscapes, and you care about precision and perspective control straight out of camera, the creative potential here is very real. This isn't a lens for everyone, but for the right shooter, it opens up compositions you simply can't get with standard glass. Not because you need it, but because when you use it well, the results are different. And sometimes different is exactly what keeps photography interesting. Before we wrap up, if you shoot Nikon Z and you're trying to get cleaner results in challenging light, especially indoors or at night, grab my free low light photography guide linked below. It walks you through the exact settings and mindset shifts that help you stop fighting noise and start getting usable images. And if you want to connect with other Nikon shooters, share images, ask gear questions, or just geek out about photography without the usual internet nonsense, join my Facebook group. It's a solid group of photographers who actually help each other out. If this helped you understand whether a tilt shift lens belongs in your bag, consider subscribing, especially if you shoot Nikon Z and want real-world reviews so you don't waste money on the wrong glass. And let me know in the comments, are you team shift, team tilt, or are you the type who just wants to bend space-time and see what happens? I'll see you in the next one.